Hello all. So welcome back to our channel. So here we are starting a new series which is we are going to work with the common Python machine learning errors which is occurring within CSV dataset. So first for that we are working with the Python available dataset which is Titanic dataset. So first we are loading the dataset. You may see in the session 1, we are downloading the dataset and we are viewing the dataset by using the dot head of function. For loading the dataset, we are using the SNS function which is imported from Seaborn. So you may notice the different features or categories which is found in the Titanic dataset. Thus the Titanic data set, it can be extracted directly by using the Seaborn library. And why I am using, because while working with beginners, it may be useful for us. So only I just use Titanic data set. So while working with the next video, if you are having any suggestions, means please let us know in the comment box. So we'll work with it before making the video, but after making the video means we couldn't make it, but whatever it is, if we can means we'll definitely work with it. Then this is an simple code, but this columns hide several traps that will throw errors when you start modeling. And then we are making an column for previewing the data set. And while previewing, we are making the printing to the shape and the info of the data set. The shape is 891. So that is the data set is having 891 entries and 15 columns. So in that the what are the 15 columns which we are having means it is ranged from 0 to 14. In that also, if you notice, means the columns like age, then embarked, and deck, embark town. If you notice, means this columns is not having 891 rows, which shows that this columns is having some missing values within that thing. So while working with this data, this may create an error. So first we are going to see the value error which is occurred while we cannot convert the string to float. So value error here, how it occurs means while using this data set for the logistic regression machine learning model, for that the features which we have selected for X include age, sex and fair. So if you see, means age here it is an float, and then sex means it is an object, then fair float. So but here sex, it is an object which is not float, others are float, but sex is not float, so we have to convert into to float. But if we are not working with it, because in logistic regression every values, so that is every features which we are using should have the same data types. Here if it is not, means it will definitely really work with an error. So why we are using the survived? So if you move to survived, means it is an integer. Next, we can work with the logistic regression and we are fitting or training the model. So it will obviously give an error. So in order to work with this error, we have to encode the categorical column, that is the sex data, that is the feature which is not in float, we have to encode it. So for that we are using an function or a library which is label encoder. So by using this label encoder to this feature, Now if it and we are saving that feature as X encoded, and now if we are using it means it will not give any error, and now we may notice means we are working. So by using this label encoder we can work with the issue which is value error could not convert the string to float. Next error which we are going to see is setting with copy warning. So which is an pandas warning. This is not an error. This is warning. So the warning was often occurred while we are calling the data types like age and fair. So in order to work with this error, warning, we have to use dot loc or copy of function to avoid this warning. This dot loc or dot copy of should be used within the first line which we are using. So if you notice means here we are not using when any copy of, but here we are using copy of. All others are same. And now I have run. So if you notice means here it is not displaying any errors. Why? Because this copy of will work with slices of the data frame which we have created, and it will avoid the silence box. Then we can move to the another error which is showing mismatch in an machine learning pipeline. So here also we are creating an x value and y value, and we are making the train test split function, and within the test split function for y variable we are using I loc one off. So this is creating an say a shape mismatch error. So in order to work with it, we are providing, we should neglect this iLook. So that will happen within the next line. So here if you notice means in Y, previously we would have given ILOC, but here if we are not using. And if because here if you notice means the shape, since we are using that I location, only 890 columns are called other than 891. So this is creating an error. If we are neglecting it means it will not create error. So we are just made a table with the three errors. Two is error and one is warning which we have worked. So first is the value error which is caused when we are working with strings in numeric column. So but to fix it we used label encoder, right? We can also use one hot encoder. So this is the recap of the first error. Then with the warning which is setting with copy warning, so which is causing it means it is working on view and it is not working on copy. For that we have to use copy of function or dot loc function, but we used dot copy of. You can use loc also. Then the last error which noticed was shape mismatch error. This is causing due to misalignment of x variable and y variable. So to fix it, we have to ensure whether the number of samples in x variable and y variable is same. So this is the if you are in this type of errors is coming in machine learning learning means you can work like this. Within the next video, we'll work with some other machine learning errors. Thank you.